Deep in a warm, green jungle, right next to the winding river, lived a little crocodile named Kolo. But Kolo was a very unusual crocodile. Can you guess why? He didn't like water at all. While all the other crocodiles spent their days splashing, swimming, and floating in the cool river, Kolo preferred to stay on dry land. He loved the feel of warm rocks under his belly, the shade of the big leafy trees, and the feeling of soft sand between his toes. "Kolo, come swim with us." His brother would shout from the water, but Kolo would just shake his head and back away. "No, thank you," he'd reply quietly. "It's too cold, and wet, and splashy." The other young crocodiles would often laugh. "A crocodile who's afraid of water. That's ridiculous." One would snicker. "That's like a bird being afraid of the sky." Another would add, hearing this made Kolo feel small. He'd lower his head and wonder to himself, "What's wrong with me?" So, while the others played in the river, Kolo spent his days exploring the jungle. He found it fascinating. He would watch tiny ants working together to build their amazing cities in the dirt. He'd sit quietly and listen to the beautiful songs of the colorful birds high up in the trees, and his favorite activity was simply basking in the warm, golden sun for hours and hours. Kolo was a gentle and curious little crocodile, always observing the world around him. But even with all the wonders of the jungle, deep down, he felt lonely. He just wanted to fit in. "I wish I could belong," he'd sigh to the rustling leaves. One afternoon, the bright, sunny sky began to change. Dark, heavy clouds rolled in, covering the sun like a big gray blanket. A low rumble echoed through the jungle, and then drip, drop, drip. The rain began to fall. It wasn't just a little shower, it was a huge storm. Rain poured, and soon the calm winding river started to rise higher and higher, growing angrier and faster. All the jungle animals scurried for safety, finding shelter under large leaves and in hollow logs. But in the chaos, a tiny baby monkey who was playing near the riverbank slipped on the wet mud. He tumbled and rolled right to the edge of the raging water, crying out for help. All the other animals froze. They were terrified. The water was rushing by so fast and looked so dangerous. No one knew what to do. Kolo's heart started to pound in his chest like a drum. He saw the scared little monkey so close to being swept away. "I don't like water," he whispered to himself, his whole body trembling. But he thought, looking at the crying monkey, "I don't like seeing someone in trouble even more." Taking a deep breath, Kolo made a decision. Slowly and very carefully, he took his first step into the river. The water was just as cold as he remembered. It splashed onto his snout, making him flinch. It was scary, just like he always thought, but he didn't turn back. He thought of the little monkey and kept going, using his strong, powerful tail to steer and his sturdy feet to stay balanced against the current. He pushed his way through the churning water. He finally reached the baby monkey and, with a gentle nudge, helped the little creature climb onto his strong, scaly back. Holding on tight, the baby monkey stopped crying. Step by careful step, Kolo made his way back to the safety of the land. When he reached the riverbank, the whole jungle went silent. All the animals were watching, their eyes wide with disbelief. Then, the silence was broken by a massive cheer. "You did it, Kolo!" shouted a parrot. "You were so brave!" called out a capybara. Kolo blinked, surprised by all the attention. "But I was scared the whole time," he admitted honestly. Mama Elephant, who was standing nearby, smiled kindly at him. "My dear Kolo," she said in her wise, gentle voice, "bravery isn't about not being afraid. Bravery is about doing what's right, even when you are." From that day forward, things changed. Kolo still didn't love the water. He much preferred his sunny spot on the rocks. But he wasn't ashamed of it anymore. He would swim when he needed to, but he would rest on land when he wanted to. And all the other animals in the jungle learned a very important lesson that day. They learned that it's okay to be different. You don't have to love what everyone else loves to be a hero. And sometimes the thing that makes you different is the very thing that makes you special. Kolo finally felt like he belonged, not because he changed, but because he was himself. And there he was, a happy little crocodile, smiling in the Suna crocodile who chose courage over fear. Thanks for listening to our story. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more adventures.